Up next, the Hawks taking on the Pacers. For the Atlanta Hawks, they've been aggressive and they've been good. 8 wins in their last 10 games. This team looks to grow even stronger with another statement win here tonight. Pacers, Hawks. We'll be right back on 2K Sports. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. Now Atlanta starting 5. Johnson at the 4 with Capella at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Risache in at the 3. And for Indiana, Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Then it's Neesmith, then there's Tyrese Halliburton, and it's Mr. Clutch in at the shooting guard position. Well, the first semifinal in NBA Cup history, last year, the Pacers beat the Bucks in the East.
Yeah, and they played in Las Vegas, a neutral site. It was quite the experience, really fun to be around. And Tyrese Halliburton was unreal, putting up 27, 7, and 15 in the win.
So the Hawks will get the first possession. Here's Risache. Playing Orlando, he was nearly unstoppable. On the take, and he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Yeah, what a move by the light-footed rookie. Risache driving in to get a bucket.
Siakam, the pass to Mr. Clutch. Rebounded by Daniels. Pass to Young. The 3 from Risache. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Yeah, that's what Risache is out here to do. He is first and foremost a three-point shooter. A good one at that.
Inside, here's Mr. Clutch. Down it goes. And a great assist by Halliburton.
Taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Risache. Can't hit that one. Ooh, excellent D there from Turner. Pass to Neesmith. Neesmith on the wing. Down low. Here's Mr. Clutch. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Coaches loving the ball movement.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Here's Risache. Outside Johnson. Here's Daniels. The rebound by Turner. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Rick Carlisle and I got a chance to talk for a bit. I asked him about how difficult it is to game plan for someone like Trae Young, and Coach said to me, I told our players to play up on him. The more he moves and runs around, the more likely he is to get into a rhythm, so we need to stay aggressive against him. Sounds like this might be a very physical game, guys.
And Allie, thanks. Mr. Clutch can't hit.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Pass to Risache. Fires for 3. Atlanta gets it back. Back to Daniels. The shot won't fall. And here are the Pacers now. They trail by 1. Neesmith. Nice start for him. Taking his first shot.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And the Hawks call time here.
Failing to find a rhythm to create some high percentage shots.
Once again, give it up.
Atlanta's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Young, the pass to Daniels. Good on the bucket.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's team?
Well, they're always solid defensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
Here's Capella. After the basket by Indiana on the other end. It's Daniels with a drive. The 3. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. You look at the Pacers, it's a long season, but right now they're in great position, holding that prize top spot. And checking out the Hawks, only 2 spots back.
Checking out Indiana, they've been a real Cinderella story for sure. It's clear they believe in themselves. That kind of camaraderie is so valuable to a team's success.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they stayed true to it.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Daniels passes to Johnson. Here's Daniels. His last outing, he had 18 points. Capella. And it's Capella with the jam.
Hey, you got to put a body on Capella. I mean, he's a tenacious offensive rebounder and does a nice job using his body.
He puts up a 3. Mr. Clutch can't hit. And Young has got the ball here for the Hawks. They trail by 1. Pass to Johnson. Back to Daniels. 6 on the shot clock. Lots of room. Pacers with a rebound. And going against Atlanta, their first meeting on the year.
And it's no surprise they won the season series last year. They put more talent on the floor.
Yeah, there's a reason they were a playoff team. I mean, they beat the teams they were supposed to. We'll see if they can do it again tonight.
Here's Rizachet. 5 points in the game. The rebound by Neesmith.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
To the middle. Here's Mr. Clutch. Misses the layup.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Daniels passes to Capella. Kept alive. Pass to Rizachet. Outside Johnson. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second ball. Now looking at the 2K leaderboard, specifically which teams have created a lot of turnovers and cashed in on the other end during the last 10 games. Number 1, the Pacers.
Well, over these last few games, they've been putting excellent pressure on the ball handlers and then turning those forced errors into easy points.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Had a career game his last time out. Bucket after bucket.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be? But so far, that's not been the case.
Daniels, that one's true.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Format, you know the anticipation here is sky high.
Oh, the Eastern semifinals of the NBA Cup knockout round. It's win or go home. So these two teams have come to play. Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Now here's Young. Last game with 30.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Inside Siakam gets the better of the defense using his agility, clearing himself a path to a shot.
Young, the pass to Johnson. Young looking around. Here's Capella. Indiana with a rebound.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
Siakam gets the bucket.
There's some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Pass to Rizachet. This one for 3. Rebound by Mr. Clutch.
He just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
Oh, trying his luck from deep. Kept alive by Indiana. To the paint. Outside Neesmith. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup. And it's a 5-point Indiana lead.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Pass to Johnson. Let's go with a 3. Daniels misses. Now the Pacers with it. They're on a 16-6 run. Halliburton against Young. Halliburton pass to Siakam. To the inside. Mr. Clutch. Sinks that one from the post. Mr. Clutch has got 10.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
Time called here. The Hawks decided to talk it over. And now that they have some time to get a little bit of rest, it's time for these players to regroup while hydrating themselves with some Gatorade. Looking to... Atlanta leading by 6. Over the last few years, Atlanta struggled defensively, Grant.
Yeah, the Hawks haven't been better than 20th in defensive rating since 2017. They've had some great offensive teams during that time, but their defense has held them back.
Nesmith and Siakam on the forwards. Then it's Halliburton. Then there's Miles Turner. And it's Mr. Clutch in it to 1. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Johnson with it. Picked up by Nesmith. Pass to Rizachet. Looking to get it going. And he lays it up and in. He has 7.
And there's the ability to finish for Rizachet. Nobody scares him at the rim.
Mr. Clutch passes to Halliburton. Oh, Halliburton! Deadly from deep.
At the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Daniels passes to Capella. The kick out to Johnson. 5 on the clock. Nance at the post. He's covered by Siakam. Here's Daniels. Pass to Johnson. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Aaron Nesmith picks one up.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and 1.
2 shots.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
And as much as you love the back and forth of a 7-game series, Grant, this single elimination format brings some serious drama.
Yeah, that's something we've all loved in the college game. The NBA Cup tournament brings some of that energy to the NBA.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Knicks was outstanding. He dropped 48 points and he pulled in a season-high number of rebounds. Truly, one of the most exceptional performances we've seen in recent memory. A monster night for him. Back to you.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Pass to Rizachet from behind the arc. Atlanta again missing.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these 3. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
He hits the back iron and sinks it. Mr. Clutch has got 14 points for the game.
I just love the ball.
Timeout called. The Hawks. Their last game, a win against the Magic. Looking to carry it into this one.
And it's just so hard to stop them when they're scoring at that level. They were efficient in that.
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Tyrese Halliburton.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
Capella pass to Nance. Here's Daniels, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Johnson for 3. Siakam pulls down the board. Siakam's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the middle. Outside for Halliburton. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's got 14. And he can't get that one.
There's no way that's the best look this offense can produce.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
The three from Rizichet. On target from range. Rizichet's got 5 points in the quarter.
Your good mechanics and a high release. Rizichet's shot is pretty refined and ready from the tap like this. What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside. Precision pass into the post. Well-earned assist.
Atlanta's gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. It's Daniels with a drive. And the layup is good off the glass. Daniels has got 6.
Tons of first-step quickness from Daniels.
Halliburton pass to Mr. Clutch. Rebound Atlanta. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, guys, in a year with no consensus #1 overall pick, Zachary Rizichet out of France, maybe not a surefire star, but certainly a player with a lot of talent, and B&D prospect with prototype length and size. The Hawks saw him as a plug-and-play addition to their roster. He should be making an instant impact, guys.
Absolutely. All right, Shams, thank you. Good stuff. Nance outside. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. He'll head to the line to shoot a fair.
There's no debate there. He got hammered.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
First trip to the line for him here.
Taking 2 shots.
No good on that one. And the second free throw is good. Pacers trail by 4. Pass to Siakam. To the wing on the left. Here's Mr. Clutch. No good from the wing. The Hawks have gone 5 of 10 in the second quarter. To the wing, right side. The three from Rizichet. And it's Tyrese Halliburton with the rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Mr. Clutch. Down he goes. And a great assist by Halliburton. Mr. Clutch has got 22 points. Pretty even game going on here in Indiana. It'll be the start of a 3-game trip on the road. Siakam against Nance. Pass to Rizichet. Clock at 6. Puts up a 3. Indiana with a rebound. Mr. Clutch has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Halliburton. Oh, Halliburton! Send it home!
High energy throwdown that time by Halliburton. Not wasting any time or motion.
Outside Johnson. The three from Rizichet. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Mr. Clutch. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Atlanta's gone just 1 of 6 from the perimeter here in the second. Pass to Rizichet. Looking to end this cold spell. And the layup is good. Rizichet's got 7 now in this quarter.
A great look for Rizichet. Close in, gets it done.
And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
One of the the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Young, he's checked in for Nance. Mr. Clutch passes to Demart. Here's Mr. Clutch. And here's Toppin, covered by Johnson. Toppin inside. He's against Capella. Jackson. And double by Jackson.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Pass to Rizachet. Hook loose. Toppin with a steal. Nimhart with it. Hasn't got one to fall yet. Here's Mr. Clutch. Guarded by Young. Hits the trifecta. And it's a 5-point Indiana lead.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Daniels. And he slams it in one-handed.
Yes, slick play call by Daniels. Pick and rolls give him room to operate, and he does not waste it at all.
Pass to Matherin. Down low. Here's Mr. Clutch. Count it. Mr. Clutch has got 29 points.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Young, the pass to Capella. Here's Daniels. He's guarded by Nimhart. Pass to Capella. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch. The game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Here's Young. He's averaging 35 and a half a game. Excellent production. Young on the drive. He's off on that one. Oh, excellent D there from Jackson. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Oh, he tries a three. The rebound by the Hawks. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
With the game on the line, Ice Trey is a dangerous man. Young said, I've been owning the moment my whole life. That's what I do. I work too hard to be afraid of the moment. Brian?
Well, Allie, it definitely shows in his play. It's great stuff there. Thank you. 4 on the clock. Capella. Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, if you don't block out Clint Capella, the putback throwdown is exactly what you get.
Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Young. A nice shot by Mr. Clutch.
And I like how they focused on getting high percentage shots, especially after the three balls weren't falling early on.
Yeah, and that's a nice adjustment on their part. Even for the best three-point shooting team, sometimes you got to do a little something different to get your offense going.
Yeah, there's Trae Young getting it done inside.
Indiana leading by 6. Mr. Clutch passes to Demar. And it's Indiana scoring again.
And their offensive execution has really picked up here in the second period.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Here's Daniels. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And Daniels doesn't mess around. When he's charging inside, he's focused on the flush.
Inside. Demar, pass to Mr. Clutch. And Young with the block. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Capella. From 6 feet away. Goes back up. Excellent D there from Toppin.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a corner like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Mr. Clutch can't hit. Here's Daniels. Here's the three. And so it's Indiana leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Looking to run whenever they can. That's part of why they lead. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half of the game that's been fairly even so far. And Halliburton has got the ball here for the Pacers. 6-point game. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder. Ricochet and Johnson as forwards. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's a Kongwu in at this center, locking down the middle. Johnson against Siakam. The ball's knocked loose. Three-pointer, Halliburton. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Siakam. Siakam's got his 3rd assist of the night. Hawks trail by 11. Here's Daniels. To the paint. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Daniels has got 14 points.
Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
He gets it in there.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight, and with the win and reach, don't expect him to let up.
Halliburton against Young to the inside. Only one man back on D. Mr. Clutch can't hit.
Only their first miss in 4 attempts. It's been a great start to the half.
And out of bounds, the Pacers will take it. With this break, let's bring up the teams who've been clicking offensively over the last month. Number 1, the Pacers. 4th, the Hawks.
And lately, both teams have been shooting the lights out. You know, each is hoping that this trend continues moving forward.
3rd quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. He tries for 3. Rebounded by Johnson.
Going into halftime, he had 2 threes in his pocket, but hasn't added to that total since.
Here's Young. The shot no good. Halliburton with some nice D. Pass to Mr. Clutch from 11 feet away. And he connects with a jumper. Mr. Clutch has got 40 points.
His big night continues. He is fueling this lead.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Fearless from Young inside.
A nice pass by Ricochet. You can already see he has a high basketball IQ.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Atlanta with a rebound. Daniels has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Young. Second shot opportunity. Daniels misses. Indiana leading by 11. To the middle. Here's Mr. Clutch. Down it goes. And a great assist by Halliburton. Mr. Clutch has got 8 points in the quarter.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assists.
Now a timeout call by Atlanta. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact.
LeVert's checked in.
2nd in assist, and they're 3rd in shooting percentage. That tells you this team's guards are setting up their bigs with some good looks, but also hitting some J's themselves.
And you brought up their number 2 assist ranking. Their attitude is that the offense has to involve everyone on the floor. The ball's always moving. No one standing around. All right, time for an injury report. All right, let's get an update here on Clint Capella. What'd you learn, Allie?
I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for Atlanta. There's some pain in the chest area, especially when breathing. Right now, it's being called a bruise. It's tough losing a player like this near the halfway point of the season. They'll just have to find a way to replace his production until he comes back. Back to you guys.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along here.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
LeVert left side. The 11-footer. And the shot goes down. LeVert's got 9.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively.
Down low. Pass to Turner. Inside, Mr. Clutch. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Mr. Clutch has got 44. Here's Young. He's got 5. And there's the lob. Tipped. Halliburton, good. Halliburton's got 7 points for the quarter.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
5 straight baskets resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
A shot by LeVert, no good. Now the Pacers with it. They're on a 19-6 run. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's checked by LeVert. Neesmith passes to Mr. Clutch. Again, the Pacers. Good for 2 more.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Here's Rizachet. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 14.
That is super efficient, getting in deep and then taking advantage.
And out on the wings, Zach Rizachet has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
Pass to Okongwu. Second chance effort. 3-pointer. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 5 rebounds in the game. To the right side, Mr. Clutch passes to Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
Boy, that's just too easy, guys. Turner, a player you can't allow to get free near the rack. He's a great dunker. Bang.
Pulls it from the top of the key. Atlanta gets it back.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit one from range in the first half, but nothing since.
To the paint. Here's Mr. Clutch. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot. He will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Pacers.
1 shot.
What stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
And, you know, they've done a fantastic job scoring inside as a result, finding plenty of opportunities to cash in near the hoop.
And Young has got the ball here for Atlanta. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Atlanta again missing.
And his struggles have been apparent. Unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
Mr. Clutch can't hit. Atlanta's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Here's LeVert. And that one's long.
How many shots has he missed this quarter? Might be time to find offense elsewhere.
To the middle. Here's Mr. Clutch. And again.
Once again, he hits the 50-point mark as he continues to be a force of nature this season.
This performance has tied him for 3rd most 50-point games in a season. He just keeps delivering. Niang with it. He's against Toppin. Niang, no good. Indiana has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Nice shot by Walker.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. That's simply a gimme for a player of his caliber. I mean,
here's Okongwu. Here's Rizachet. Now here's Young. To the inside. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful. beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Yeah, LeVert's so good at getting to his spots and capitalizing once there. Fun to watch him when he gets rolling like this.
Walker out there with Thomas Bryant. Then there's TJ McConnell. Then it's Aaron Neesmith. And it's Mr. Clutch in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 for the Pacers. Atlanta's gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the 4th. Young finds Johnson. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. They can get ugly really fast if things don't work out.
LeVert with the ball, and it's McConnell picking him up. And Young gets it to go.
All of a sudden, he's balling. Halftime adjustments successful so far.
Down low. Here's Mr. Clutch. That one's good. On the assist from McConnell. McConnell's got 5 assists in the game. Outside Young. And here's LeVert for 3. And the Hawks with another 3.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
Up top, Neesmith to the middle. Here's Mr. Clutch. And he makes it for him. Mr. Clutch has got 57 points.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And he's going for the oop here. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
You want to take away the shooting of Young, but in the pick and roll, Trey can dish it effectively.
McConnell passes to Mr. Clutch. Another one falls for Indiana.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Now here's LeVert. He's covered closely. Another shot. Walker pulls down the board. Indiana leading by 23. McConnell passes to Walker. More and more, we're seeing international players come into the league who are NBA ready, Grant.
It really is a sight to see, BA. And some of those guys start playing football when they're 16 or 17 years old. It toughens you up real quick playing against older competition at that age.
Outside Young. Pass to Johnson. Driving inside. Outside for LeVert. Fires the 3. Indiana with a rebound. Neesmith's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's McConnell. And they're going to count that bucket. And they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Miles Turner, he's checked in for Indiana. Siakam comes in for Walker. Capella, he's checked in for the Hawks. Daniels comes in for LeVert. And the Hawks shooting 47% since the 4th quarter started. On the wing, Daniels. And Atlanta misses again. And Siakam has got the ball here for Indiana. Here's McConnell. That drives. And it comes off an assist from Siakam. Siakam's got his 4th assist with that last one. The Hawks shooting around 39%. They'd like to get that higher. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Back to Young. Will it go? Knocks down the triple. Young's got 9 points now.
He's looked like a totally different player in the second half. That's his 3rd triple.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Rebounded by Daniels. Daniels has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. All sorts of time. No good that time.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Neesmith passes to Mr. Clutch. Oh, from deep. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Young. It's hauled in by McConnell. They are blowing this one open.
Maybe the only question is how big will this lead grow?
Here's Mr. Clutch. Again! What an avalanche!
Oh, make that 61 points.
Everything is going his way right now. Daniels passes to Johnson. Back to Daniels. The 3.
Minutes remaining in the game.
It's rebounded by Indiana.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what. He's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Back to McConnell. Neesmith passes to Mr. Clutch. Shot clock at 5. The rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Daniels. A quick shot there. It's off target.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Off the mark, and a bad shot there.
Why does he think that's a good shot? Coach does not want him out there jacking up threes.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Pacers.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
That'll do it for this one. They've earned their 27th victory of the year tonight.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
We know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Mr. Clutch.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
And it's McConnell on the drive. And the shot goes.
The home crowd has energized them. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Now Young. And so Indiana takes this one by a big margin. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. And this team really showed what it's capable of.